Let's see. Well, looks like we are live. Just to let everybody know, I am not alone this evening. Welcome back to another beautiful Tuesday night of Drinks and Toys. I am, of course, am Shellhead Tony. I'm sitting here waiting for my counterparts to arrive. That's okay. Sometimes they're late. It's 8 o'clock. It is what it is. No big deal. I shall sip and I shall talk for them. For those of you that are going to be watching this later on, check us out on Spotify. What is it? Apple Music, whatever the hell else it is that Wheezy's been putting us on, advertising us on. So check us out there later on. But he's there.
I'm here.
What's up, man?
Not much. You're by yourself?
Literally just kicked off. I was like, screw it. I'm gonna start. It's no big deal. Intro or no intro, it's all good. What up, Cal? See you. But yeah, I just figured fuck it. Let me kick on and see what's going on. I don't see Johnny. Don't know why. What up, Gus? Oh, there's a little psycho in us.
Not sure how to respond to that, so I'm going to not respond to that.
With a lot of spitting and maybe a little bit of a grinning. So, as again, like I was saying, everybody, guys, welcome aboard tonight. Which just let everybody know if you're watching this, or excuse me, listening to this later on Spotify and all those wonderful other platforms. Awesome. But take the time, if you don't get to go over and listen, that you actually watch us live. It's entertaining. It's fun to watch. And if you don't join us here, join Thursday for Collector's Hideout. That's always a good time. And we will see you there. So what is this? I'm talking to myself. I mean, I might have been, man. I tend to talk to myself periodically, but it's always a good time. What up, Joe? Joe Hio.
Oh shit.
Cool. All right. Awesome. So, gentlemen, you guys are doing well?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. So I took the time today. I'm on vacation.
Did you actually
this week.
prep for a show?
No. I'm on vacation this week, and I thought, you know what? I got to be a little bit productive. I can't just, as much as I want to sit around and do nothing, it's just not in my nature. And so I was like, well, let me go outside. Let me work on the bug, because I had to change the intake boots on the bug. And so I went out and started doing that, and then realized it is obnoxiously humid in Florida. And it was not playing well. Yeah. And when I put it back together, it's still not running properly. And so I was like, forget it. I don't care. I'm not messing with that today. So I left the bug and came back inside and said, you know what? Let me go ahead and clean the turtle room, as I had been planning to do for quite some time. And yeah, you can't really see behind me because you guys don't really get to see floor level too many times. But I moved the ecto. I organized all the turtles, all of the mondos. I mean, you can actually just kind of see now that the floor is clean.
Damn.
So everything's organized where it should be. And I mean, excuse me, I almost killed myself there for a minute. But that side can only do so much with it, right? They're stacked, they're clean, they're out of the way. But the ecto's gone. Everything's in the fourth bedroom. So it's clean and organized in there, and it's out of the way. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted to get this area back, because as I would get things in, it would just go, put it over there, and it just gets, after a while, it gets silly. And kind of like I said to Wheezy the other day, I'm like, it gets to that point where it's like, if I can't see it, do I need it? And it started getting to that point. And then when I started seeing everything I had, I'm like, yeah, I need this. So I can't get rid of this. This is cool. So,
if you can't see, you don't need it, Tony. So I'll just take your bank account, because you don't look at that.
So yeah, no, I don't look at it, so I must not need it. Psycho, you have an inquiry from the cow.
Well, I thought I went over this in a show before, but I guess I'll go over it again quickly. So they had to come in and do repairs on my floor from when they put the floor in 2 years ago. It started coming up. There were problems. They had to come into the collectible room instead of staying located where the actual problem was. And they didn't want anything on the shelves that could fall over. So the only thing that are out on the shelves are boxes that I guess could fall off the shelf, but not unless you were really messing with them. And then they ended up having to come back 3 days in a row. And then they had to come back again a couple days after that. So I just have not put things back up. I'm hoping to put things back up starting tomorrow or Thursday, because if they don't have to come back out again, then by then I'm going to assume it's safe to display.
Well, look forward to seeing something in your background besides empty shelves. So,
I mean, there's some boxes back there. You can see Street Sharks behind my head.
Yeah, there's boxes in my room too, but you know. And then Gus, I did not open anything. That is not what solved my problem. It's just called organizing. I just organized better and
better.
You what?
You played Tetris.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I played a lot of Tetris today, and put stuff in good spots. What was crazy? I say crazy like it wasn't gonna happen, right? I finally, I started finding things I totally forgot about. I knew that was gonna happen. Like I knew when I started moving and organizing and cleaning, and I could actually get to things, that I would find shit I didn't remember I had. And one of them was
you could buy something today and you'd forget about it by Friday. So that's not surprising.
That's kind of how I live. So I found. Here we go. So I had some really cool art. I'm not gonna pull the art out because it's underneath something, but so I found some comics I totally forgot I had. I don't know which one this is, but
that's Ninja Turtles.
It's signed. Jesus Christ. It's signed. I don't know by who, and I don't recognize the art. It doesn't look like IDW. It looks like something else. And there's no initial on there as to who did the art. So I'm wondering if it might be their personal comic. Maybe they did the art with or something, so they didn't do the outside. Found this.
Nice.
Actually good in shape. I don't know what print it is. You know, if it's a second run, third run, fourth run, whatever the hell it is, I don't know. Found this.
Nice.
I got that one. Nicely done.
Found this.
Nice.
And
I had that in audio tape when I was a kid.
Really?
Came with a little tape, and you could play it, and it was the voices from the cartoon show.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, the only way to listen to that would be through a Teddy Ruxpin. So
no, I had one of those Disney Mickey Mouses, and that's what I used to play it in.
I don't know. I like the Teddy Ruxpin idea. I think that one holds merit for me. But and then this one, that's just a cool cover art, man.
Yeah,
I dig that one. It's like something I would have tried to draw as a kid, you know. And then I forgot about this. This is grade 9.8.
Ooh, look at you got graded comics.
Yeah, I don't remember where I got it.
Well, it's funny because I picked up some for you at a yard sale one time, but it wasn't those.
Was it this one?
No.
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 Was it this one?
I don't think so. Maybe. That doesn't look familiar.
This one's badass, though. Yeah, Mirage Studios Turtles #1. I mean, obviously, it's not the same fifth print, so I mean, still pretty rad, though. 88, fifth print, 9.2. It's got to be worth something. And then
$50.
Third printing. This got a bum thing, though. It's book #2.
But still.
So.
Original run, though.
Yeah. Cool, though. Excited about it. But it was cool just to find those. I wish I had a better way to store them. I really do. And I actually have thought about that, getting more like DTOF cases and stuff, just to put some of my nicer pieces in. But it was cool to be able to get to everything. Did not realize how many Joy Toy figures there actually are if you've got them all. It's like, what am I up to? Like, what is that? 4, 5, 6, so 6, 12, 12, 17. There's like 18 or 19 of them. It's crazy.
How many NECA are there, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Joy Toy's what? 2 years now, maybe?
No idea. Maybe? I don't buy them shits.
I don't know. But then, and I got the Mondo Donnie came in yesterday.
Oh yeah,
the new one.
Nice.
I posted pictures. The problem is you cannot. The box art's really cool, but you cannot tell anything about the figure through the window.
You got to take it out the package
because they covered everything in plastic. Like every piece in that thing is covered, or it's in plastic inside the sleeve. I don't know, but you can't see it. What is really cool though about the box, and I posted pictures of it, and I would try to show you guys here, but I don't know if it's going to work. But the way they packaged it was you've got the box, and then it's got the flap, right? Like a lot of their bigger figures do, where you can open the flap. But the flap opens into a 2-page comic book.
That's cool.
Yeah, like cardboard style comic, and it tells the story of that Donatello.
Cool.
So I'm like, after the second movie, what happened?
Yeah, basically like explains why he's doing what he's doing, or is the way it is, or whatever. But it's cool. It's just rad as shit, man. It just makes me more hyped for the other ones coming out. The price point is rough. I get that. It's not for everybody. But I mean, it's one of those things that I wasn't going to say no to. I mean, I'm paying $300 for plenty of other turtle things. So for me, I mean,
even when you say no, it's really yes. So
well, it kind of like, I guess I equate it to, and I'm sure Psycho could get behind it a little bit, but like Psycho's got a bunch of Hot Toys. I don't own a lot of Hot Toys.
Yeah.
But I know I'm sure when he buys them, he thinks, I know what I'm getting for the quality. I know what I'm getting for my money. And I feel like Mondo's hitting it out of the park with these. Like, I mean, I've told you guys before, I wish I would have known about Mondo sooner, about what they make other than just the turtles, because the figure quality looks fucking rad. I mean, it's, and I could be completely wrong by even saying this. Would you say it's like a playable Hot Toy? Like the playability's there?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, and I feel the same way. Had I known about Mondo earlier, I probably would have been doing their Batman the Animated Series line.
Yeah.
But now that you can't get any of those figures that have come out and have sold out at a reasonable price, right? Like, if they were going to redo that line and start re-releasing the figures, I would sell all of my DC Direct figures and just buy the ones from the show that I want through Mondo. But coming into it, I can't spend that kind of money. I can't even, it's just, I can't fathom it, right? Like $600, $700 for a 1/6 scale figure is just crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, you're at that point, like we said before, I mean, you're buying, you know, I don't know if it's Dream X or Dream EX. I always call them Dream X, but those Dream X turtles, you're paying, I mean, essentially paying the same price. And then there's that other company that's making like that Dream X style, right? They're making a 1/6 turtle. I don't remember who it was, but it's like after getting the Mondo in my hands, it's like, well, why the hell would I buy the other one then? Exactly. There's almost no reason to buy it. You're getting the same quality-ish thing. I don't know. I don't know. It's just
I will say to get back to something you said a moment ago. When I was cleaning up this room and putting stuff away and trying to repack some boxes, I found my first edition printing of The Dark Knight Returns graphic novel. Oh, that was cool to rediscover that. My cousin gave it to me when I was younger. He bought it when it first came out, and he really liked it. He gave it to me, so I've had it all these years. It's in damn good shape for a 40-year-old graphic novel.
You're like, it's held together. It's not in bits and pieces yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's no damage really to the cover. Some of the edges are bent, but again, it's 40 years and it's been stored on a bookshelf, right? So clearly it's going to have some wear and tear, but it's, I don't know, it was cool to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun to rediscover, and then I discovered something. I don't know why I bought it, but I did. Was that Dimension X Christmas set?
Yeah.
Remember that one, Psycho?
I don't know.
It's a 4 turtle pack with like Santa hats and shit from the Christmas special.
Oh, okay. I do remember that. I've never actually seen it. I never saw it in the stores or anything, but yeah.
It was I think it was an order exclusive or whatever, and yeah, looking back, it's just one of those things I don't know. Probably shouldn't have pulled the trigger on, but And then I did get, I did pick up, God, he's a heavy bastard. So my ex has my original Jason, Movie Maniacs Jason, and this is the 18-inch NECA one.
Those are good ass figures.
This dude weighs 1,000 pounds, man. I did not expect him to be that heavy. And I don't know if you can kind of see it, but they give you the zombie Jason face in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm excited. Kudos to Retro Rat for having this. Austin like had this straight up, like he posted online. I'm like, I will freaking take it. And he put it off to the side to me. And I mean, no sooner I paid for it, he had people messaging him for it. So I was like, hell yeah, dude. Super excited.
NECA's 18-inch figures are really well done.
So I never.
The price too is insane.
Superman one wasn't though.
Sure, I don't pay attention to Superman, so I not take your word on it.
The Christopher Reeve Superman one was not very good quality.
So was there the 8? So I wanted to make sure I didn't like Mandela this into existence, like for my own brain here, but so the Leatherface has his 18-inch. It's really not 18-inch. His diorama is 18 inches. He's not 18 inches. And that was Movie Maniacs. And it's the Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel.
Right.
And I've had it for years and years and years. And it's just him with like this wooden, prop display behind him and like this hook that hangs down. You can hang a body part from it, blah, blah, blah. Well, I always kept saying, like, why isn't there a giant 18-inch Leatherface? And I swore I saw one before in that same style, not in the retro, suit and tie or the lady Leatherface, the mom Leatherface. I swore it was the Jessica Biel one. And did I just make that up in my own brain, or did NECA make an 18-inch of that?
I don't think NECA did an 18-inch Leatherface. Huh. I know for 18-inch lines, they've done a lot though. So they may have. They've done like 4 different Predators, all 4 Turtles, I believe a Foot Soldier, Batman. They've done some Marvel heroes. Like they've done a bunch. They may have done. I'm not familiar with them doing a Leatherface though, in the 18-inch.
Yeah, I mean the movie Turtle line is fantastic. I mean the Shredder's cape is phenomenal. They did a great job all the way around with all of those. I've got 0 complaints, and I have them open too. So for those that want to say articulation or some kind of bullshit like that, I've had those guys pose every which way, and they've still been good. With the exception of Mikey's joints, his ankle joints, I feel like have given out once or twice due to the amount of weight if it's leaning forward too much. And they eventually gave out. So you just find a different way to position so the weight's a little more balanced and they don't move. Because they're not light, they're heavy for sure.
No, yeah, no. So, the 18-inch, or I guess the Turtles are technically like 16 inches,
quarter scale.
Yeah, they're like 16. The Aliens are like 20 inches. I think the Predators are around the 18-inch mark. But I mean, I've never had any of my Turtles fall over.
I wish I had the quarter scale Alien. That'd be cool.
So, Joe, first editions are amazing. I don't have a first edition of The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, but I have a second edition of the box set Lord of the Ring novels. So when they released it all as one set of 3 books, I do have that. And I have the original illustrated edition of Hobbit that they did to coincide with the cartoon movie they did back in the 70s.
I remember that. That was terrible. It was good. I watched it. Terrible, but it was good. Same time.
Yeah.
The animation was terrible. The actual thing was good though.
The book is great, and I've been reading that book to my daughter because that's how I was first introduced to the franchise when I was a kid.
The art reminded me of, for some reason, The Littles.
I can see that. I can see that.
Although it probably should have been the other way around. The Hobbit should have reminded me. No, The Littles should have reminded me of The Hobbit. But I don't know. What are you gonna do? So I did before we start diving into, I know we didn't really discuss topics for tonight, but are we doing those what do you call it, Chris? Are we gonna do the predictions or
that's next week?
Okay, that's what I thought. So
Because next week is Comic-Con week.
okay, so next week is prediction. So I've got a couple things for tonight, so we're okay. But one of the things I was going to bring up, did you guys? And I guess you got to play games to know, but I was just watching YouTube, and I was, I like to watch speed runs. Like I told you guys 1,000 times, I just enjoy watching the video game speed runs. And somebody just showed the original Turtles game is either being redone or has been redone, and it's being called Return to New York.
I haven't heard of that.
I've seen pictures, but I couldn't find any confirmation anywhere that it's actually being redone. What I found was that people have said it's a fan project where they're redoing it, but it's not official, and so it won't ever get an actual official release. I hope I'm wrong because it did look great, but I tend to side with the people who say it's a fan project because I don't think they're putting those kind of resources into that anymore.
So I would agree with you, unless it's something they can do so simply that they just upload it to the Cowabunga collection, as downloadable content, which they absolutely could. But you're not getting anybody to spend additional monies per se. Like they have the Cowabunga collection, they're probably done playing it. Except for me, I'll go back and play, all of them all the time. But there's probably only a few people that still do that, and the luster has worn off. So for them to turn around and spend any, like you said, resources or effort to do that, unless they can be done very simply, like a one-person project, then they probably won't mess with it. And yeah, it'll end up being an indie game like that. That other Turtles one. It was a lot of fun. I played through a lot of it. It's the what the hell is it called?
Give me
I know
a
what it is.
give me a console. Give me a console it was on.
It's a PC game. Rescue Palooza.
Okay.
You don't know what that is?
No.
So it was an indie turtle game, and the guy gave you all the characters we never had in the games. Like you can fight, oh my god, what the hell is his name? You can fight Hothead. You fight Scale Tail. They do the Rat King, but it's an actual fight with the Rat King. He's not on the jet ski or whatever, the foot ski. They did a really good job with it, man. What is this? Return to New York is a popular fan-made ROM hack.
Yeah.
Oh, it went away. I was trying to read it out loud for the children, the sweet, sweet children. There we go. All right. Return to New York is a popular fan-made ROM hack of the classic '89 game, developed by Guitar Palooza. This modification completely rebalances the notoriously difficult game by giving each turtle unique specialized abilities, fixing janky hitboxes, and making the overworld map more playable. Okay, so yeah, it's a fan-made ROM, so that's cool. I'd play it if I get my hands on it. The guy who showed the review it's like some top hat wearing dude, top hat video game guy. I don't know what his name. So if those of you out there in TV land who know who he is, yeah, it could have been Uncle Pennybags for all I know, but he was English.
There you go.
In any case, it looked pretty cool. I thought it was pretty neat. But
also, don't forget that as much as we want them to remake something, the last time they tried to remake a Turtle game, people crapped all over it. So if you remember during the 360 PS3 era, they remade the Turtles in Time. They put updated graphics and stuff into it, put voice acting, and people were like, oh, this sucks. It's not the same, blah, blah, blah. And that was kind of the end of that.
So the gameplay the guy showed, and he showed actual gameplay like of the remastered or whatever it's supposed to be. It honestly just looks like they sharpened all the imagery. They boosted all the colors. And then they took characters like, the guy who looks like he's on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they made him look like an actual person. And then the guy who has the chainsaw, you can clearly tell it's a guy with a chainsaw. And like they honestly just fixed a lot of the 80s graphical, crudeness of the game. That's really all they did that I can tell. behind the scenes is different. Like the hitboxes and the turtles all being of equal power, or giving them each their special abilities. That's fine. That's a coding thing. That's not uh, anything over and above that should ruin the game, in my opinion. But it's whatever. So, anybody been lucky with the Playmates toys yet?
I haven't even been out to look. But I assume you're referring to the GI Joe ones.
Yeah, sorry, the crossover line. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been out to look, but at the same time, I'm not hunting them, so I haven't had like that drive to go out and look. You know.
So
But we'll see.
Steve is up to 4 slashes now.
He's finding them in your area, so
Yeah, he's 30 minutes south of me, and he is loading up on Storm Shadow Slash. Like he's up to number 4.
but why?
I don't know. I don't know if he's just getting lucky, and so he's excited, so he keeps getting them.
I mean, what I read online is that people are expecting these to be huge resellers as soon as Playmates is done with the turtle line. Because I've seen a lot of posts of people online saying, if you spot them, even if you don't collect them, buy them because they're going to be worth a ton of money.
I mean, they could be, but I think there's more to come from Playmates.
So I do want to talk about that because I wanted to dive into Playmates a little bit, and not the good ones with the huge fake boobs, but
dive into those anytime.
we can dive into those. That's a whole different cast.
That's
so
toys after dark.
Look, it still involves plastic, guys. Come on, Psycho. You give me a little credit for that one. That was still clever. So so Steve went out and he had gotten 2 of them, and he was talking to me about it at the show, and I was like, man, I still haven't seen them in my area. And usually, like my good Target, they'll do the drop and I'll see them, and I didn't see them there either. And he goes, he said, I haven't even gone up your way. He goes, I've stayed down in my area. And then he went back to the store again, and again he bought another 2 of the slashes, and he's not buying the other characters, which I find weird. And
some
what I'm seeing
lines aren't great.
Well, I'm seeing people post pictures of. I totally forgot about this part. Did you guys know or remember that they were making the tank too?
Yeah.
I must have blacked that part out of my brain, because I thought they were only doing the dune buggy. I forget what the hell it's called, but the dune buggy and the dragonfly, the helicopter. I thought those were the only 2 vehicles they were making for the Turtle Joes, I guess you could say.
But you're talking about the actual Joes, right? Not like the reproduce, right?
Correct. Not the reproduction. But
they're doing the motorcycle, the helicopters, and a tank.
That's right, the motorcycle. You're right. I forgot about the motorcycle. So those are all actual GI Joe vehicles repurposed, right? Now, obviously, it scaled them to work with the turtles,
yeah, but they're designed to be
correct. So those are actually repurposed Joe vehicles. The tank is a reproduced turtle toy, as are the 4 turtles that come in that pack.
The 4-pack, yeah.
Yeah, those are just reproduced turtles. So I'm wondering, and they're advertising them together, but I'm wondering if it's not so much part of the G.I. Joe line, or they're just, this is a good time to put these back out since we're doing the Joes right now.
That's what I think it was, because originally you're like, oh, it's part of the Joe line. I'm like, I don't think it is. I think it's just coincidental that they're releasing them, because the G.I. Joe ones are coming out. Let's bring out these ones too, because when else would they be able to bring them out?
Right.
We just missed 4th of July. We missed wait for like Memorial Day come back around.
Yes.
So like release those. I'm saying, like, when else would you release military turtles? So if we're getting ready to release these G.I. Joe figures, let's drop the turtle reproduces too, or remakes, whatever you want to call them, reproductions, and that's the best way.
I know they're out there. I'm not seeing them. I did, like I said, I have my own set pre-ordered through Entertainment Earth. I haven't seen anything with them yet, so they obviously haven't gotten their order. Now I did order. Target had the helicopter and April's buggy They had both of those up, so I went ahead and just got those through Target. They haven't come in yet, but I've got them pre-ordered through them, so that's fine. I don't care. They're solidified there. I really don't care if I get multiples at this point. I'll resell them, but I'm really just trying to like solidify so I get an actual set. And then, but the tank, I haven't seen anything for the tank other than what people posted online, and they're posting them already in the store, like they're seeing them. I don't see anything at Walmart. Neither of my Walmarts have them either.
Have people found them in Walmart?
They're supposed to.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't seen anybody find anything yet. I just see them keep taking pictures at Target. I don't know. It's wild, man. But I guess here, my whole point with the Playmates thing is, it's Turtles related, but it's going to be about the Rangers in a minute. But I haven't seen anybody give a review of the G.I. Joe toys yet, and plenty of people have already gotten them. And so it makes me worried. Do you think they're trash? Do you think people aren't opening them, to Psycho's point?
No, I think if they were trash,
There'd be lots of reviews.
right? Because when something's bad, the internet loves to go on it. If it's good, you'll hear like the average people talking about it. But when it's bad, everybody and their mama is now an expert in how bad that toy is. So I'm going to have to say probably not that it's bad. But I think one issue that you're running into, or not an issue, but I don't think the toy tubers and the influencers got like early productions on it. Whereas like, the Pixel Dance or whoever usually get like a set in advance and they review it and then you start seeing the reviews pop up. They haven't gotten them. Like they weren't giving them or something or whatever, but I don't know if that's part of what you're not seeing. Because people I've seen it just, your average Joe Schmo, and I probably wouldn't watch their review anyways.
So I haven't seen anything at all on YouTube regarding the toys, and I've only seen on Facebook. I've seen in the groups. Sorry, yawning. But I've seen people in the groups that have shown just the figure. They're like, oh, they look great. If you don't have them, run out and get them because they look really badass. Like, but they're only showing it in the box. I mean, that's the kind of crap I do. You can't really take what I say for face value because it's just me with a box.
I'm glad you know that, Tony. Whenever you tell me how great a toy is, I don't listen to you because you don't.
Right. I'm the last person to take that. It's like, I'm like, oh, this thing's so cool. You're like, yeah, I'm sure it looks great. It's in a fucking box. What do you know? So, I get it. But,
but what,
I don't know. I just thought by now we would have seen something.
Yeah, you'd think so. But like I said, like they're probably out there. It's probably just people who aren't on your radar in your algorithm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I the same thing. Like I've even seen just posts on Facebook, like you said, of people in store showing them in store. But I haven't seen anybody post like a picture at home where it's like on a coffee table. Like it's always in store because that's how the world is right now too. It's like, oh, I have to show I found right away at the in store, take the picture, post that bitch up. And some people are posting it for sale while in the store and trying to sell it before they walk out.
That's ridiculous. I don't think we're there, and I don't think we need to be there.
People are there.
I don't know. I guess I get what like I mean, Chris, originally you're the one that brought it up, and I get what Psycho's saying. Because you had originally said way back when we first saw speculation about Playmates going out, that anything they put out between whatever it was and the end of the year, I think it was back in May we were talking about this.
When they first announced it, yeah.
Yeah, between then and the end of the year, that you could hoard Playmate stuff, because if this was the last year they put shit out, are we going to get what happened, back in 94, 95 when Scratch and all that shit,
and I don't think, but I don't think we will get that, but I think people will think that, and they're going to buy the shit out of it, right?
Right, which will cause alarm and craziness out in the field. Yeah,
I don't think they're going to, because there's just so much of it going to be coming out. But then that adds into what I wanted to bring up today, and it could like lead over to next week's episode about predictions. But Playmates put up themselves that they will have turtle information at Comic-Con. Like their drops and reveals that they had. They had like Power Rangers, Dungeon Nightcrawler, Carl, whatever the fuck his name is, Ninja Turtles listed. Like, so for a company that's potentially losing it at the end of the year, and then a Toy Fair told us this is everything that we're getting, they're sure like advertising that they're doing a Ninja Turtle drop.
Do you think maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, but do you think that maybe their talk of lawyering up might have concerned Nickelodeon, and then they went back and they looked at it? Because like we talked about in this podcast before, there are characters and designs that are owned by Playmates Toys because they helped design the characters for the show. And so it's kind of like maybe that was the ace in the hole the whole time, right? Like maybe it was, hey, you could say you're taking it away from us, you can give it to other people too, but we're going to keep making them anyway because we own a lot of the characters.
I mean, that's a good way to put it, because did not most of the characters that made it reversed engineering, right? That made it into comics and made it into, you know, the other shows and the other lore and what have you. Didn't those all originate because Playmates was just spitting out characters as fast as they could to meet the demand of the buyers, from which were the kids.
Yeah.
And so now, you know, the comics turn around and go, oh shit, that's a good idea. Oh shit, that's a good idea. They can take all those characters and put them in the comics. And so, like, to your point, Psycho, well, hey man, I fucking own fucking Mutagen Man. I'm just making one up. I own Mutagen Man. I came up with Mutagen Man. That's my fucking character. You guys didn't buy rights to him. You bought rights to Turtles, but not that character.
Right.
And again, I don't know, and I wish I could find the thing that I read the first time we talked about this, but I couldn't find it, so either got taken down or some shit happened. But what they were saying is, like, it was supposed to be a partnership between Playmates and Mirage at the time, right? Like, hey, we want to make this cartoon. You're going to make money off it. We need to make characters. We can make them faster than you guys can. And we'll make sure they get put in the cartoon, and the characters that you want to use, you can then put into your comics or the Archie comics or whatever. But, you know, we're starting it here first. And the whole idea was, hey, like you just said, right? Like, I created Mutagen Man. I created Wingnut and Screw Loose. So it's like, cool. Take your 4 turtles, your Shredder, your Bebop, your Rocksteady, right? Your Krang, your Foot Soldiers, and then everything else that's Ninja Turtles, we had a hand in creating, and you can't take, and you have to create something all over again.
This is just a question because of the topic at hand. Bebop and Rocksteady weren't a thing until the cartoon.
So then they own Bebop and Rocksteady too.
I don't know. They might. Like, maybe Playmates are part of the creation for Bebop and Rocksteady. Like, they weren't in the original comic run.
I would venture to say they were, because the original comic was just the Foot, Shredder, and the Turtles with April.
And there's like Triceratons. Like, there were characters, right?
Yeah.
But not Bebop and Rocksteady definitely were not in the original.
And the Fugitoid. Like, there's figures of the Fugitoid, like the early on, and what it's, you know, ironically, Fugitoid should have came out way like sooner than he did in the Playmates toy line. I really don't understand that to this day.
Because they didn't use him in the cartoon, really.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I remember Playmates paid for the cartoon itself, right? Like, Playmates paid the whole cost of having those 6 episodes made, and then the whole cost of making several of the seasons directly after that, because they were trying to sell toys. And right. So again, like, the shows were created by Playmates, and that's why the whole thing was weird. And that's why when you guys first brought it up and we started talking about it, we all were talking about, well, how do you separate those two? Right? Because one wouldn't exist without the other, really. And then when Playmates is like, oh, well, we're going to lawyer up, it's like, that was probably the wake-up call that Nickelodeon needed to be like, oh, gotcha. Because remember, I think all this, and this is not a political show, we're not going to get into politics of it, right? But remember that Paramount and Viacom and Nickelodeon, all those things just got a brand new owner last year. Right? And so this brand new owner is probably trying to test what they can and can't do, and wanted to renegotiate deals, and thought they were going to put it to Playmates, and then found out, well, you can't, because Playmates owns so much of this stuff.
That's a very viable, I would say, look at that. And if that's the case, which very well could be, then all of this talk about Playmates losing this and losing that could be for naught. And real, all it is a bunch of hype in our own worlds, right? In the internet communities. If we have that speculation and we have that drive that Playmates is going away, Playmates is going away, Playmates is going away, everybody goes out there and Playmates gets what they wanted out of it. We get an influx of people buying our shit to turn around and quote unquote try to sell it later. They don't care what happens once that we buy it.
Yeah.
But if they get an influx of people out there just like, every day like Christmas, no tota on the shelf. They go out there and we just buy all that shit up. They're loving it.
Well, because
sorry, Playmates.
if anything is going to happen, right? I would assume that they're suing for the rights to continue making toys based on the original toy line / cartoon that they had their hands in. Now that could be Turtles, because in there it'll probably be they can't do anything further. They probably can't do any more of the new cartoon that came out. They can't do 2012s anymore, type of thing. It might just be that realm. The characters we created in that world that we created, the cartoon, we're doing that still. If that's the case, then that means that they can still do all the reproductions, keep popping out reproductions like crazy, do their line where it's the more articulated version of the characters, right? They can continue doing all that. Like, it wouldn't be bad for them because they can't really do a huge collector market figure anyways. They've tried and they always fail. So like, just stick to what they know works for them. And I can see that being what they got going on. They're giving up the reins that they used to have.
It'll be curious to see, like, if this keeps going, how much they actually own. Because, right, like what you're saying is, yeah, they can't take away anything they had a hand in, but how much of it did they have a hand in? The original show, obviously, but then a lot of those characters are repurposed and redesigned for the 2003 show. They also led the push when they were getting their asses whooped by Power Rangers to put Ninja Turtles into 3D, and they did the what was that?
Next
the live
Mutation?
action one? Yeah, the Next Mutation. And the only one that we know they didn't have primary control over is the 2012 show.
And then anything beyond that, right?
But we don't know.
Well, I'm saying, so you figure it'd be 12 and then on once Nickelodeon took over, right? Would be a safe bet.
Yes.
Once Nickelodeon took over, they took over what they're doing. Playmates no longer had pull, which is also why Playmates started losing the reins they had of control on merchandise.
Yeah.
Nobody's making any of the other product except for Super 7. Nobody's making 2003. Nobody's making 2007 movie stuff. Nobody's doing anything else with that except for Super 7 right now. So I think that's all safe, and maybe that's all part of what they're working out because maybe they did have it. Like I said, there's a huge amount of legalities that we don't know. It's all speculation.
Yeah.
But like I said, I just thought it was interesting that when they're advertising for Comic-Con, they're advertising Ninja Turtles at Comic-Con with Playmates. Which, like I said, if everything we saw in New York Toy Fair was supposed to be the end of it, this is no more stuff, then what the hell are you showing? Because usually companies, when they show stuff at Comic-Con, it's fourth quarter and into first and second quarter of the following year. So what the hell would they be showing if they're not supposed to be making stuff after the first of the year?
Yeah.
Really, there isn't anything, according to, if we follow the gossip and the trend, right?
Right.
There really should be a handful of nothing between now and the end of the year. Because
right, like we've seen that 2-pack, right? The more articulated 2-pack that's
right.
Raphael and Rocksteady, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't even get in on it, but yeah.
But they showed, so this guy online leaked a picture from overseas suppliers. It was a battle damage. It was a picture of a battle damaged Leo and a battle damaged Raphael. So there's at least a battle damaged Leo also, which people assume would be Leo and Bebop, would be the rest, that set to get some Bebop in that scale too. There was an interview with like the CEO or whatever the fuck, or the president or some shit of Playmates. And he said that there wouldn't be any more, that 2-pack was the last of it. but the figure's out there. Overseas suppliers have also told and sent out information to sources about Scratch getting a reproduction figure, Hot Shot getting a reproduction figure. Like they're being worked on right now. Like they're already in the plans being worked on over there. But yet we were told New York Comic Con or New York Toy Fair, this is it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they've been working on that stuff and we're like, oh, we can do it, and they're going to continue pushing it because the stuff's popping up that they'd never mentioned, that they didn't show at New York Toy Fair. That's just randomly popping up for stuff that's not supposed to be coming out at all. Like,
as cool as that would be to see the reproduction, because I mean, I'm sure I'll own one at some point. I just don't care that much anymore. Like it's one, I feel like Scratch is one of those things that was like a hype. As soon as I got it, I'm like, oh, it was super cool, and I was super excited about it. But now that I've had it, it's like, okay, you know, if I get one on the card, awesome. But
I'll take it off your hands.
I'm just saying, like with anything, right? Everything.
If it doesn't bring you happiness, Tony, get rid of it. You know what I mean?
Well, then take my kids. So it runs its course.
It won't bring me happiness. Scratch.
And you know, so I think like if they release, you know, Scratch and Hotspot or whatever, it'll be cool to have them on card. I had Hotspot actually back in the day, but I never had Scratch on card. But yeah, I think it'll be cool. But that also goes back to the problem that happens with most things that get re-released. It fucks with the value of the vintage item, and
doesn't.
Dude, I'm telling you, it does. It absolutely, although it does not kill it, it does fuck with it, because what happens is the demand goes down. So the only people that end up wanting it are die-hard collectors, as opposed to like, well, like you yourself. If you get a Scratch on card, you've already said that's good enough for you.
Right. So the reason why I'm saying it doesn't really affect it is this, right? Right now, you look at the levels of Scratch, even though I'll fight to the death, I'll die on the hill that the Scratch market is falsely inflated, right?
Sure.
He's not as rare as people want him to be. He's not worth the money that he is. But anybody who's going to go spend $2,000 to $3,000 on a loose action figure isn't a casual fan. That's a diehard fan, right? That's going to be it. You're casual. Not every diehard fan is going to do that, but anybody doing that is going to be a diehard fan. That's just it. So when it comes down to if they re-release it, whoever's going to spend $3,000 on it and wants to do that, they're still going to do that, right? They're not going to be like, oh, well, I can get this one. If that's the case, they spend $80 and get a bootleg one off of, AliExpress or wherever the hell you get the bootlegs popping up right now. Bunch from Mexico. Like, they just go that route. Anybody who's willing to pay the $3,000, they want it because of what it is. They'll get the original for $3,000 and then get the other one too. Like, that's what they'll do. I don't think that it's going to mark. Now, if you're telling me that, oh, the original Scratch is $80 and, the market might kill it because, anybody can get it, possibly. But with the price point it's at now, the only people buying right now is going to be insane fanatics who need all of them, and they're diehard collectors. I don't think that him coming out in Walmart is going to change that, because it's going to have the date, stamp's going to be for current, all the trademarks going to be current stuff. You're going to know it's not the original, right? Like,
I think it's a visual thing, man. I think it's that placeholder feeling where it's like, again, I could be completely wrong. I don't think I am in this instance, but you've got that figure that comes out. It's a reproduction. Yeah, I get it. But the card, for the most part, they've been spot on with these turtle cards. They look like the originals, the exception of the hook in the top, right? Right. It looks spot on. So if you're able to get yourself your hands on a carded Scratch that you can have in your collection as a placeholder really indefinitely, because I think it's one of those things that, yeah, you're unless you are a completist, like, you gotta have him, right? You gotta have the vintage one. I think you're gonna have people that will go, I've been hunting, I was prepared to pay for this. This is good enough to hold place in my collection.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen, because that's gonna happen to me, right? I'm not paying $3,000 for a Scratch. I'll pay $10 for a reproduce, and I think
you'd pay $1,500 if you had the opportunity on card mint.
No.
Eh,
But
mm.
I probably wouldn't buy a life size Predator for 1,500. Like I'm not gonna buy a fucking Scratch for 1,500.
That was unnecessary.
I don't know.
I said probably. That probably means I might. I probably would. Right?
Most things that you say, I can believe. I think if someone had like this ultimate life-size Predator with like all the gadgets, and you could extend the arm blades or retract them and do, if you had the 1,500, I don't think you're walking away from that.
Possibly. Now, when it comes to Scratch, like I've got the money. I could go buy a graded Scratch right now, and I'm good. I don't find, like I said, I don't find he's worth that. I don't think Scratch is worth more than $100. That's just me personally. People don't agree. That's fine. I think if you could go on eBay and type in like Scratch TMNT and you get a crap load of listings, his value is not there. That's just it is what it is. Like everybody and their mother seems to have a Scratch for sale all of a sudden. Like,
Well, there's a lot of bootlegs out there. I mean,
no, but the ones on package though, sealed in package.
yeah, right, on card, Scratch on card. I don't think. I mean, there's not that many Scratch on card.
Or I see him on the groups all the time.
So he's got different card backs too. So you've
Okay.
got the
Is that okay?
I'm just saying different card backs. I mean, different card backs bring different value. I mean, there's
which card backs is he? He was only released once.
but it doesn't mean he's not on a different card back. He's on the one where it's got the 4 faces on it, and then I think he's got his own like the vintage style card back.
Possibly that. I don't think so. I think he's only got the one card because he was the part of the last run of like original characters, and they continued everything else. I don't think he's got multiple card backs. He only got one release. Usually, the multiple card backs is like the second release gets the second card back.
That's not necessarily true. I know what you're saying, but that's not necessarily true.
I mean,
I can't believe he wants. This is ridiculous. Wheeljack's Lab. He wants 3,500 for Scratch on card, and it's only half the card.
yeah. See, no. Okay, one of the toy shops down in South Florida had a loose Scratch graded. He wanted $14,000 for it.
He's out of his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's one for 2,500 with his accessories, and there's 2 on here without their accessories. One's 1,500, one's 900.
No.
Anyway, I'm not going to spend all year in this, but I'm only seeing 1 on card at the moment. So anyway,
Quinn, he's like I said, to me, he's not there. But I don't see where people who are willing to pay that money, they're not going to give a shit that the new ones here, that they're still willing to pay those prices. And the people who are selling it aren't going to lower their prices just because of Walmart, because they know some assholes are going to come along and buy it like they have been doing for the past 10 years since the stupid inflation of his price has gone up.
well, let's not really change gears real quick, but I want to stay with Playmates, but I want to transition into this Power Ranger shit. So somebody finally opened this second wave, this Series 2.
Okay.
Right.
It's not even the Thunder Zords. They opened the Tiger Zord. Did you guys see that yet? That post? Nobody?
No.
I saw a picture of it, yeah.
So the guy posted that. He goes, I took it out of the box. He goes, I picked up a couple of the others. And he said that the arm joints are trash. And that he goes, it as a toy by itself, it doesn't really stand up or do itself any justice. And I'm just like, all I can think, and he's like, but I can't wait to combine it with my, Megazord or whatever, Thunder Zord, whichever one it fucking combines with, to, just to have it combined on the shelf or whatever. And all I could think was, this is the second one. This is the second Zord set, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
that Playmates reproduced and put out, that people are complaining about QC issues.
Well,
that
yeah,
it's trash.
The first Power Rangers Zords that came out, people complained about how they were horrible. Then they released like that box set with a much better quality one.
So
And
they
it makes-
say. I don't know. I never saw it.
Well, the
I don't have
reviews from people like Pixel Dan and Geek Dad Life and them about how much better it is versus the individual pack Zords. But yeah, it's weird that they continue to do those. I mean, maybe for price point, I don't know, but they have such an issue that they continue the line with those issues still there is definitely an interesting choice.
Well,
Choice nonetheless.
wouldn't you think they turn around, they produce the figure, and then it's done coming off the line or something, right?
Right.
And wouldn't you think they turn around and go, okay, and I gotta believe this is the case. They go, we need you to pick 10 random Tiger Zords from from the molds, like from the productions. So it's like, this is this one was made on Tuesday and this one was made on Friday, whatever it is, and you fucking pull 10 of them. They open all these. You're gonna tell me out of those 10 they didn't notice, hey, the arm doesn't stay up the right way, hey, it doesn't stand up on its own, and they all just said, it's fine. It passes everything else. Let them deal with that.
I don't care.
Well, I guess my point being, the originals that were sold separately, I almost was one of those people that pulled the trigger and bought them right at the beginning, right? Like as soon as they were hit the shelf. And I didn't. I waited.
Yeah.
I said, nah, I'm good. I waited. I think I bought the entire set. I posted in the group chat. I think I got them for like $70 or something.
I remember you were in the store and you found them and you sent me a picture of them. You're like, these are fucking horrible.
Yeah, I bought them anyway. But I want to say they were on clearance or something. I didn't pay the full price and I didn't open them anyway. But and I had thought about getting a second set so I could open one. But then I saw all the QC issues and I saw Pixel Dan's playing with it. And he goes, like, basically like saying without saying, like, God, this sucks. Thanks Playmates, I guess, but it doesn't hold a candle to the original. The fucking 1 in 93 is better.
But it's weird that they've moved on to the Tiger Zord and all that, right?
They skipped the Dragon Zord, and there is something to that, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay, like that's strange that they skipped the Dragon Zord.
There is something. It has something to do with a license, and I don't know what. I don't know if because Bandai, like originally, I guess, or whoever Saban, whoever owned it originally, right? Mm-hmm. The IP for that. It has something to do with allowing Playmates to reproduce the Dragon Zord, and I don't know what it is. Yes, please Google. But there is something to that. Huh?
Did Hasbro release a Dragon Zord?
No, I don't think so. Did they?
Yes.
Apparently, yes. He said twice, very monotone and angrily. Yes.
He seems very tired. School must have been long today, even though we're in summer.
So, but all right. Oh, yeah. That would be interesting because if Hasbro had, then it really could have been something to that. You know what I mean? But
so they're doing the Thunder Zord and the Tiger Zord first. Go ahead, Psycho. You're about to say.
Yeah. So it's not that they couldn't do it. They mocked it up. They had prototypes. They chose not to do it because it was larger, right? The Dragon Zord is a larger figure on its own.
It's about the size of the Megazord together,
yeah. And none of the retailers wanted to stock it. So Playmates wanted to do a limited run exclusive to one retailer, and none of the retailers wanted to sign on for it because the line wasn't doing well. It wasn't making a lot of sales. The Zords specifically weren't selling, and they didn't want a figure that was going to be more expensive for one thing. And Playmates is like, we're not going to make it then.
I mean, that
is a missed opportunity because
the Dragon Zord is important. Like the Green Ranger's always been like the most popular of the first run. But yeah, they didn't do it because it was going to be more expensive. It would have cost $80 by itself. And Target and Walmart and Amazon did not want to be the exclusive seller of it.
I think it would have been something that sold. That would not have been a shelf warmer. I think so. Like, you got to remember, right? So like the Megazord and the figures and all that kind of crap, you got to be a fan of the Power Rangers and the price point to be able to say, I'm going to spend $100 and buy whatever to make or whatever. It was like $125, I think, when you were done or something to make the Megazord. I don't remember. And then you turn around and do Dragon Zord, and if that thing would have been $79.99, I promise you that would not have shelf warmed because, just to Psycho's point, It's the Green Ranger and it's the Dragon Zord. There was a popularity behind that toy when it came out back in the day that you couldn't fucking touch it. Just like the White Tiger Zord, right? Hottest toy for Christmas was the Green Ranger's thing. The next year, the White Tiger Zord comes out. It's the hottest toy. And then I don't remember there being a hotter toy after that than those two for the Rangers. If there was another one, I don't remember it. But, you know, Power Rangers, when they were hot in their heyday.
A downward spiral after that.
And that's probably why I don't remember anything beyond that. But I can tell you that those, for one or two Christmases, whatever it was, 93, 94, what have you, that Dragon Zord and that White Tiger Zord was fucking nuts. Like, people were losing their minds when that shit hit the stores.
Yeah, I wasn't old enough to know that. I was just, had my parents buy it for me. Yeah, but
I was 12 or 13. I wasn't buying that shit. I just know how crazy it was.
Yeah, but you were like in stores. Like, I only went to the store like with my dad. I was probably like, what, 10, if that, 8, 9, around there. I wasn't paying attention to that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't. Like, it just didn't look around. But I guess part of the problem I have with Rangers is that they're on the shelves. The line itself are on the shelves, right? I don't think they're doing anywhere near the numbers that they hoped and dreamed that Power Rangers would have brought.
I agree.
So, yeah, Dragon Zord most likely would have done much better than what the Megazord had done. But from a company standpoint, it's like, yo, do we want to take that gamble when you think that the Megazord and the Rangers would be like the highest selling ones? Then you get the Dragon Zord with the Green Ranger. But anybody who watches the show knows that the Green Ranger and the Dragon Zord is like the top of the line, right? Like that's the best one. But you've already essentially failed at the lines. Like, do we continue, or we kind of go with more that we feel will like be a guaranteed win at a lower price point? Like, are we ready to take that higher gamble of a higher price figure?
So I guess based on all of that, that basically means we're never going to get Titanus again. I mean, I have him or had him, but we'll never get him again because you're talking about a bigger box and a bigger toy than the Zords are.
The only thing that I can see, and I don't know if that boxed Megazord went into retail stores. I know it was on Amazon. I don't know if it made it like on the retail
pack. You mean
the pack where all the Zords together?
And I never saw it, man.
Yeah, so I don't know if it went retail. I know it was Amazon because people were buying from Amazon and went on special sales and stuff. And I know people got it from Target.com, but I don't know if it ever made it into stores. But it's one of those things that I think if they had it, because that set did really well. So if they did a Megazord or a Dragon Zord in that same style that fit that one, that same quality, and release it the same way that apparently that one thrived, I think they'd be okay. And you could probably get a Titanus eventually. Because I think you'd have the it's not as kitty-like. You know what I mean? It has more of a better quality version of it. I think you could probably get away with potentially getting a Titanus if they were to go that same route instead of these individual shitty versions.
So let's see here. So I don't even show it on Amazon. I show the individuals, but I don't show the main set. You know what I mean? The one you're talking about?
Yep.
It's wild, man.
That was also like what, probably 6-7 months ago that thing was on sale, that people were buying it like crazy because of how good apparently it was. Like, it's been
Wouldn't it still be on Amazon? I mean,
not if it's sold out.
Yeah, that's true. There's no placeholders, I guess, for Amazon. I don't know.
Like, if it's something that they know they're going to bring back, they might leave it up. Like, that there will be replenished. If they know they're not getting more, they'll take the whole thing off.
I guess I just, like, I don't know, man. I'm having a hard time. Like, I go back to, like, with Playmates, you know, again, I mean, you knew there were quality control issues with the first one, so I guess you fix it. Like you guys were saying, they fixed it, right? With the gift set. So why the hell do you turn around and let another toy fly out the door that's fucked? Because there's no gift set for that. It's just the White Tiger Zord, so it's just going to be shit. Unless they do another gift set with the combined with the the regular Zord with the Tiger Zord, or oh my god, the Thunder Megazord with the Tiger Zord. But to Psycho's point, they're not going to do that because that's too big of a box, and they're not, it'd be too much money, and they're not selling what they have already. So I don't know.
And this runs into go ahead, Psycho.
I was just saying, to answer your question, Tony, the 5-pack wasn't exclusive, and it's sold out everywhere. And now, if you want it, it's like $250 or more on eBay.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'll never buy.
No, I'm not saying. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, so that's why you're not seeing it up on any retailer, because it's out, like it's done. There's no answer on whether or not they're going to re-release it, but I don't know. Like, the issue with the Dragon Zord, mostly it came down to stores not wanting to stock it on their shelves, and Amazon not wanting to pay the money to get the exclusive.
So, Tony, you opened up the original, the bullshit individuals?
No, I didn't open it. I left it in the box. It's sitting on the floor.
Because one thing I always wonder when people go off about how bad they were. I saw them. I never messed with them, but I always wonder if they're looking at it from the eyes of a child or from the eyes of a collector.
Okay.
Right? Where a collector's gonna be like, this is a piece of shit. The plastic's this. It's fucking garbage. But where a kid, which Playmates is making kids' toys, kids might have no problems with what a collector's having the issues with. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They might actually just play with it, enjoy it because it's a toy, this and that. And if it breaks, it breaks. Toys break. Right? So I would be curious to know if that's the case, because as we've known with Turtles, Playmates can't do a collector's line. They haven't been able to do a collector's line. They've tried. And I feel like maybe they were trying with, they're hoping to possibly do it with Power Rangers, and it's not going to work out. They need to just stick to the kid line and just do kid toys for Power Rangers and just let it do that and let adults buy theirs, because adults will still collect the shit because it's Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like, they're still going to buy it. So you're still going to get the sales from the adult collectors. You don't need to make a highly detailed, highly articulated action figure. Just make something that people will just enjoy. It doesn't need to be this, like, creme de la creme of a figure.
But I mean, let's also go back to something that was already said tonight, which is collectors are shitty, right? Like, they complain about everything. When the Legacy line came out, oh, well, we got die cast, but why isn't all of it die cast, right? Like, this whole thing, everywhere that's chrome, it should be die cast. It shouldn't be plastic at all, right? They're never happy with anything. And then when we got the Hasbro Zords, oh, they changed stuff. They made cosmetic changes, and it's stupid, and we didn't need that. It's like, a lot of times the fans drive the things that they love into the ground, and that's the problem with it, right? Because Hasbro's like, okay, we can't make you guys happy. We're just going to stop. So we got a Megazord, which, like I've said before, I like the design changes, right? The fact that you had that mesh look on the chest to kind of make it look like it was a window, because that's where the Power Rangers are supposed to sit. I thought that was a good idea. I thought the Dragon Zord was great. I was looking forward to having a Titanus and getting the Thunder Zords, but because the collectors, the fans just kept complaining, oh, well, you're changing stuff and this is stupid, Hasbro's like, fine, we'll just stop making Power Ranger stuff. We'll just let somebody else do it.
I think it's one of those where the toy companies, like, you need to listen to your customers, but you need to stop listening to your customers. Right? Like, the only time they should start listening to the internet is when they see their sales are plummeting. What's going on? But if you're making sales, stop listening to the internet, because they're just going to fucking bitch and bitch and bitch. And we all know the fucking squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? Yep. They're going to complain about every goddamn thing. And if you're sitting there and trying to appease the minority of collectors because they're complaining so loud, you're going to fuck up or get rid of and not do certain things that would be fine.
Yeah.
They need to just stop listening to the collector and just make a toy and the people don't come get it, then look on and see what people are saying about it, what the problems are, and then build from there. Don't
Yeah.
just fucking listen to every jackass who's got a fucking keyboard. Like that's gonna ruin fucking your company in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate too, because I mean I don't have my Hasbro Megazord and Dragonzord out. I have the Legacy ones out because I didn't have those boxes to put them away in when I moved. But the Hasbro ones I put back in their original boxes to pack up. But I don't know. I personally I like the Hasbro ones better than the Legacy ones, other than the lack of diecast. So
I was just looking at the top shelf. Like what is your Titanus? Like what?
that's Legacy. That's the Bandai Legacy line from the 2010s.
That's tit anus.
Yeah. And then up at the very top, I have the Legacy Tiger Zord, the Legacy Thunder Megazord, the Legacy.
Tony, you had them, but I think you sold them.
No, I still have them.
Okay.
But I mean,
oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're talking about the boxed ones.
Yeah, you had legacy ones. I think you sold them all though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I had an original. I had the original White Tiger Zord. So on and so forth. Yeah.
So I got that legacy Titanus from Toys R Us. I only spent like $40 on it.
Yeah, no, actually, I think the only thing I had Legacy was the actual Megazord. Everything else was like OG original. There wasn't anything. Wasn't reproduced because I bought it from a guy who had all the original collection. I think that was the only thing that wasn't like OG was the actual Megazord.
Yeah, I have the original.
I could be completely wrong.
I have the original Megazord and Dragonzord. I sold all of my other originals before I moved. I sold the Megazord, Dragonzord, and Titanus all sealed. I had the Thunderzord team all sealed with Tor, and I had the two figures from the movie, the Megazord and the Falcon Zord, and I sold all those too. I just kept my one Megazord and Dragonzord from '93, my Legacy line, and then, like I said, I had the Hasbro, the ones from Hasbro. But I'd love to get a Soul of Chokugan Megazord and Dragonzord. That would be amazing. But I can't afford that stuff.
Yeah, those are the are those the crazy superposable, like look like they're metal or they are metal?
They are metal, and they're made by Bandai, and they were exclusive to Japan, although like 2 years ago they sold some here in America, but they sold out very quickly. But the sculpts are awesome, and what you can do with them are awesome. The thing that sucks is the very first time they released them, they released a Megazord, then they released a Dragonzord. Then they released the Megazord and Dragonzord in a 2-pack, and then you could get a Titanus as well. And then after that, they've released the Megazord and Dragonzord 2-pack again, but the Titanus has never been released again.
That's crazy.
So
it's crazy, man.
Just curious to see what happens at Comic-Con, what they're going to show off.
Well, we'll see.
Rangers and Turtles, they're still advertising both them shits. Like they're going to go hard and heavy with it.
So Summer Haulathon, you guys posted. Somebody posted in the group chat, changing gears, and then Tim immediately regurgitated what you said instead of looking at what you posted.
Well, no, that was you didn't see what happened earlier.
No,
Somebody posted the Mondo, the purple cat from.
That was me.
So you posted it. Then somebody posted it right after you.
That was you.
No. Okay, then if that's the case, then somebody posted it before you. Because somebody posted it, then somebody else posted it. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to post it because they're posting it. I posted it. Then Stuart posted it again. So when I posted that other thing, then Tim just like continued on the whole copying what somebody else did motif that was going on from earlier.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, all right. I'm an idiot. So yeah, Jose posted it. I posted it right behind Jose. Then you posted it behind me and Stuart posted it behind you.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And then Tim just posted Well, now I have something to watch later. TMNT GI Joe crossover figure review. Somebody finally did one.
There you go.
So
But
good.
I'd questioned because we were trying to figure out where I mentioned that in the summer holothon picture,
Yeah.
in the top right corner is a box. I can't tell what the hell it is. It's next to a Predator. According to the internet, it's the Savini Jason, that Jason from Hell figure.
Okay.
I showed you. He's got like chains. It's like all dark. It's that Jason is his box for that figure.
I mean, that makes sense. I just don't see. I'm trying to picture the way he's standing on the front. It doesn't.
So
look
however
right.
he's standing, he's holding because he has like a trident. Remember, he has like
Yeah.
the three prong, and he's in the picture. He's kind of holding that downward because you can kind of make out the shape of the trident down towards the bottom of the box. So
Do you think they would have used the image of like they do on the movie where it's his mask and there's like a snake going through it?
but it's not Jason Goes to Hell. It's from the video game. It's Jason
that's
from
why.
Hell. It's like
Okay.
if Jason
Yeah.
was, this is where he'd be from Hell.
Then that's why. That's why it doesn't look right. That's why it's different for me.
So
Yeah.
Chris, that thing you posted about the Ghostbusters on July 23rd, do you think that's just the Tully and the copter, or do you
No.
think it's something else?
Something else.
What do you think it could be?
No idea. We can hold that. Trying to think of what it is for next week at the prediction episode. But the reason I don't think it's Tully is because he's been announced. We know it's coming. And the way they're making it seem like it's like new product reveals or new product drop, right? Like, what would be the point in like hyping that up in a cryptic way if we already know it's coming? It's been announced. That would be weird.
Who is it from? Who's dropping the whole thing? Hasbro?
Bro,
It's
yeah.
Hasbro, yeah.
Huh. I wonder.
And they said Thursday because Wednesday's the first day of Comic-Con. So people will already be buying them on Thursday or on Wednesday. So it's like, what is Thursday really? Hey, NECA King's in the house.
NECA King, please.
Doesn't work as well.
I know.
Doesn't-
It comes off weird and insincere. So
But yeah, so I
Um,
mean, we'll see. But yeah, next week when we do the prediction episode, we can dive into that further as to what it might be.
but everything they've released so far has been all the Ecto Glow stuff, right?
So all the Ecto Glow stuff has been con exclusive items for over the past year, different cons and conventions.
But the Tully, wasn't he? Didn't they do him in Ecto Glow, or is it just him on that Pogo car?
It's him and the copter, right?
Yeah, in the copter, but yeah, it's Ecto Glow. That's the San Diego Comic-Con one, yeah.
Right, so he was Ecto Glow too. So
Yep.
was there originally? I don't know because I don't know the toys well enough, right? Was
Yes.
there ever an Ecto Glow Janine?
There is one. I don't know if it's custom, but there is one. I think it is custom, but there was one supposedly, and then I've seen them, but I believe the ones that are that people have in their collections are customs.
Remember, all the Ecto Glow we have, except for the Ghostbusters, is
The
all
5.
Is
Huh?
what? I'm sorry.
it's all new. They released the 4 Ghostbusters, but the Ecto 1 Ecto Glow, the 2 Ghosts Ecto Glow, those were not original products.
Yeah, so the original line was the 4 Ghostbusters and Louis Tully were the original Ecto Glows.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
theoretically, the whole big secret could just be Janine, Ecto Glow Janine.
It could be.
I
Or-
think they're cool. I wish I would have
Or
gotten
there
in
was
on it all.
also, I don't know if it was Ecto Glow though, but there was also an unproduced playset for Real Ghostbusters. It was Egon's Lab.
Huh.
So there's speculation that they might be doing that eventually too.
I mean,
Ecto Glow Extreme Ghostbusters.
would that be something you'd want?
Christ. No.
Would that be something you want? The lab?
The lab possibly, because if it's one of those things like the helicopter, it's something that was originally made but never released, which is part of toy history, just never got released. So if they actually make it, that's where I think a lot of these companies fail. It's like if you have Hasbro or whoever's making, like, you got the Ghostbusters or even Turtles. Again, you can keep re-releasing the same Turtles, but give me some of this shit that they made that never got released. from the original toy line. Characters that never got the okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
Giving those types of things will add to your collection versus like just replacing things in your collection.
But haven't they done that and it didn't do well? Like with Playmates, didn't they release that Toilet Taxi, which never got released with the original line, and then they actually released it?
No, Toilet Taxi was a toy.
That was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a toy before this. That's a reproduction. Why they went that route to that toy, I don't know. There's other things weird. I would have rather had before the Toilet Taxi.
Like, there's characters that they never released, right? And even like Aliens and Predator, the Kenner series, they had like a 4-armed Predator character. They had a female Predator design that they never released. Like, these companies should be re-releasing or releasing the toys that just never made it. And I think those would get a lot of attention because you'd have the original vintage collectors would want it. The new people who want the new stuff would want it, right? So you got all these toy lines that have so many toys that just never got released. But yet companies like, oh, I'm just going to re-release the same 4 Ninja Turtles 500 times or the same real Ghostbusters. Like, give us the shit that we never got as kids because it never came out.
Did you guys get your Ecto ones yet?
I got mine, yes.
Yeah, I got mine.
So that stuff's already out. So the only thing that's untouchable right now, I say untouchable, but price point to make sense, is the Ecto Glow Busters. Those are the only thing that's a little higher in price, right?
No, like you can still get the Busters, but the Ecto Glow Ecto 1 is the thing that you can't get. It came out, sold out, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but it popped up recently on Pulse.
Oh,
they came back in stock on Pulse. The Ghosts, the 2 Ghosts, Stay Puffin and Slimer, those are shipping. People are starting to get them. And then the last one that we're aware of is the Louis Tully that is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
But that's just a Glow remold, right? Like they just took those figures and remolded them again in the Glow.
Yeah, they took the Slimer and the Stay Puft and just made them the Glow colors,
Yeah, the ones that like you could find them on clearance because they were all over the place.
Right. Yeah, they just took them, melted them down, and reproduced them in Glow.
I don't care enough to do it, but I could get behind that line. I think they look cool. I think the Glow ones look cool. I could get behind that, owning that set, but I didn't want to get into something if first of all, I really can't be adding to my list, but I didn't want to get into something that I was going to have to overpay for any of it. You know, if I could just get in on it from floor level and pay retail pricing, then that would be fine, but I refuse to pay.
I mean, if you like, space-wise, I get it, but if you wanted to, I think you could probably get all the Ecto Glow stuff still relatively cheap at retail, if maybe a small markup. Like, it's all pretty abundant because people bought the hell out of it.
Yeah, I'd have to look and see. I just don't know if it's something like I really want to get. I think I like the box art.
So
I like box art, man. I think the box art for the Ghostbusters shit was cool. I think it's goofy. It reminds me of the same, and I'm sure it's the same people because it's Kenner, right? So originally,
yeah.
So the same people that did fucking Police Academy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So whoever does the box art for that stuff, it's got to be the same artist, I assume. I don't think it's the same person who did RoboCop, because RoboCop was that Kenner.
Yes.
Yeah, but so was Aliens.
Yeah, but that was Aliens would have been the same people doing the box art for like Batman and shit, right?
That was also Kenner.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying. So okay. So let me make this point. So just because it's Kenner doesn't mean they're all going to have the same box art, but certain lines, based on their, in my opinion, based on their lightheartedness, like if it was a darker line like Aliens or Batman, they had a different figure art as opposed to Ghostbusters or Police Academy. It was goofy, the Crash Test Dummies, wasn't that Kenner also?
Yes.
Yeah, so they all had goofy box art.
So this
line that you don't see much of in shows.
This is completely off topic.
It's expensive too.
But
sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Just in case any of you were interested in it, apparently Apple TV has all of the Ninja Turtle shows, all the series, the complete series for $15 each.
Wow.
Yeah, until they decide they don't want to host anymore, then you lose it.
Then you're out the money. I watched all of 2012 with Damien twice, man. It was great.
Yeah, they got the 87 show, the 2003 show, and the 2012 show. All of the series are $15 each.
I'd love to go back and watch the 87 and be pissed off because it's so incredibly boring.
So bad.
I never saw Red Sky. I really should go watch Red Sky.
I mean, $15 a piece is a pretty decent price, in my opinion.
Well, or you can probably find them on YouTube for free.
I own the box set. I own the 87 box set. And I don't know if Red Sky is part of that because isn't that 90?
It is. No. Okay. The Red Sky is the last 2 seasons of the 87 show. So seasons 9 and 10.
So it should be in there then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the box set too.
I got 2 different versions of it. I think I have the old, looks like the party wagon and all the discs are on the top. And then I have the one like you can buy it now. It was like $20 and it has
Walmart.
Yeah.
I've got the party wagon one.
Yeah, they're very, very cool looking, man. Very cool. Okay, so we don't want to dive too far into that. Like you said, we don't want to jump on predictions or whatever. But Hasbro has definitely been. I've been getting emailed a lot. Like this is dropping, that's dropping, this is coming out, that's coming out. It's been Transformers for days, and I don't. Do you think there's algorithms for what you buy from Hasbro?
Probably algorithms for everything.
I mean, he's right. There is.
You guys both at the same time. One of you said yes, one of you said no. I'm like, interesting. I want to see where this goes now.
Well, no, he's absolutely right. There is algorithms for everything, right? The only reason I say no is because I get the exact same emails you do, and it's all been Transformers and G.I. Joes and shit, and I don't buy any of that shit, right? So, like, I'm getting all the same emails. That's not my algorithm.
Yeah, I was just curious if there was anything to that because, let's see. Because I don't remember, I haven't ordered shit from Hasbro in a long time. Why did it go to Amazon? That's fucking weird. Oh, that's funny. So Hasbro Pulse, Hasbro must have some deal with Amazon, and Amazon is the first thing that comes up under Google search for Hasbro Pulse. Not even their website. Wow, they updated their website quite a bit.
That's weird.
There's this, okay, so there, I don't know if you guys saw, there's this 4-pack, Psycho, I don't know if you saw, because it's got Sunstorm in it. The Seekers, they've got this 4-pack of Seekers they just put up for $149 that everybody who came and saw me this weekend at the show was asking me about it, if I was going to have them at some point. And now it makes me wonder if I should get this set, because the Seekers are going to transform as Seekers. They're not going to look like Cybertron jets. And I almost feel like I need to order it for resale. I think it's going to be one of those sets where I'm going to be able to be like, yeah, it's $300 and people will buy it.
Oh, look at this. You can still get the Ecto Glow Ecto 1, Tony. The Ghostbusters are out. But if you want the Ecto 1, like if you want to get into the line, I have an extra set of Ghostbusters. I'll just give you a cost.
So the car is still...
The car is available again now. Remember, Chris said that it had been coming in and out. Well, it's available now. The Ecto Glow. You can't pre-order the Ghosts, but those will probably come back into stock as well once they've shipped. And then it's the Ecto Glow Tully will be available soon.
Huh. Yeah, it's $67 for...
I'm back, bitches.
57 for the Ecto 1.
No, I'm sorry. I was looking at the
Tully. Yeah, $68 for the figure, the helicopter, and the Ghost.
No, it says coming soon.
So, one thing people are complaining about because internet, with the Tully set, is that he's not carded. He
really?
comes in the box. Yeah. So the original 5 releases, he had his own card. But this release, he's coming inside the box loose with
Gross.
Copter. So he's not going to have his own card, which people are upset about that because it's not like the original. So that is a thing.
He's coming in that box though.
Hey, I don't judge.
Gross. Oh, $149. It's hard to say whether or not I should buy this crap or not.
For what?
I'm telling you, I think that Seeker 4-pack is going to be one of those things that's real hot, man.
Transform.
But
gotcha.
I should also think of it like this. It just came out. Maybe it hasn't had time, but it did just come out, and it's not sold out yet for pre-order. So maybe that should tell me something.
No, you're talking about the Seekers?
Yeah.
It's a timed pre-order. It will not sell out. The pre-order ends in 41 days, 2 hours, 27 minutes, and 53 seconds.
Oh, sounds like witch talk to me.
Yes. That's witch talk all day.
Well, I'm going to do it. Place your order. Doing it. I feel like it's going to be one of those sets, man. I mean, it's only $149. You get 4 Seekers. Shipped. It was, I think it just came up. It was like $157 or something. Or
I mean, it's a good deal, Tony. It's a good deal. It's a better deal if you don't buy it. You save money, but it's a good deal.
It's not for me to keep. It's a resale item, and I'm telling you, it's like we don't have any of those Seekers in a because we got them once before. Psycho, do you remember the 3-pack? It was exclusive. I think it was War for Cybertron, and it was a GameStop exclusive.
Yeah. So
you got the 3 of them, but all they transformed into were Cybertronian jets. So they were just triangles. We have not gotten Sunstorm, Toxa something, or whatever the fuck his name is. We haven't gotten any of them in regular jet form to go with any of your Seekers that you currently have. So that's the first time Hasbro's putting that set out.
It's Ion Storm, Acid Storm, Nova Storm, and Sunstorm.
There you go.
Nowhere near what you said, but yes.
Mm-hmm. I just know I've seen them all. In Masterpiece style, but I've yet to see them in a regular standard Hasbro style that's going to be able to scale with your Starscreams. The 35 Starscreams we have. So it's just one of those things, man. I know it's going to be. I've already had people asking me about it, so that means when I finally do get it, then I'll be like, yeah, it's not. You're not going to get it for the resale. You're going to pay $250 for it easily. And I think that's very reasonable considering, if it sells out, $60, $70 markup is not unheard of. So no, maybe too much.
All
right. Good talk.
I got nothing.
Good talk, guys.
I think completely off topic, but still on toys. There was a toy show this past weekend.
There was.
Now, I've been thinking recently about starting 2 new collections. One collection would be a one and done figure, or not even figure, and the other one would apparently is a very big line. So at the toy show, I came upon 2 of them. One from each line. So the first line was Dino Riders. I've been thinking about getting into Dino Riders until I really started seeing Dino Rider prices.
They're fucking insane.
Yeah. So the guy at the show had a Brontosaurus, not complete. Had a bunch of the armor and stuff, but it wasn't complete. I just, shits and giggles, man. Hey, how much you asking for the Brontosaurus? Because I'm thinking, I know it's gonna be expensive. I didn't know how expensive, but in my mind, I'm thinking like $500-600, right? So I'm like, all right, I had some cash in my pocket, a couple of cards, I could rock that, and maybe I'll start my Dino Rider collection. That man said $1,200, and right there I was like, you know what? I don't need Dino Riders in my life. I can appreciate them on the computer from afar, but it looks so badass. And was it Rich? You said it was Rich?
It was Rich because it was up on the shelf, right?
Yeah.
On the wire shelf. Yeah, that's rich.
So I was in on Dino Riders, but I think I'm out on Dino Riders because I could buy the smaller Dino Riders and have some dope figures, but I really would want the Brontosaurus and the goddamn T Rex. I imagine the T Rex is even more fucking money than the Brontosaurus is.
Can I ask why?
Well, because they were awesome, and I had Dino Riders as a kid, and I've been thinking about Dino Riders for years. Wish I had probably gotten in on it much earlier in my collecting instead of
Fair
now.
enough.
According to Johnny, there was a graded Dino Rider there. For
Oh, I didn't see it. No, I didn't get to look very much, but
yeah, Johnny said it was there. I went to go look where he said I didn't see it, but Johnny said there was a graded Brontosaurus. But the other one that I'm thinking about getting into, if I can find it at the right price, any good. I've already got a small one from Loyal Subjects, but I'm thinking about getting me an original fucking My Pet Monster. Like, I really want a fucking My Pet Monster.
I feel like that would end up costing you more than you'd want to spend.
You think so? I don't need the handcuffs. I'm cool without the handcuffs.
Well, then why buy it?
I don't need to play bondage with my toys. Like, what the fuck?
But that's not the point. The whole point of him was that he had the handcuffs. Like, then you're
I
not
get
really. That's like saying I'm all right with getting scratched. He doesn't have any accessories. If that's the case, I'll sell you mine with no accessories.
Yo, $20, I'll take it. He ain't worth shit. There's no accessories.
Just saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
like I don't need. Like, obviously, I'd want the handcuffs, right? But it's not common to find the handcuffs by themselves, so it's not like you could really just go look and find. Like, I'll just buy them. Like, they pop up randomly, but they're not common. But I could also just go to like one of the local stores. Well, not local here because Polk County sucks, but one of the outside counties. I can go to buy some fuzzy orange fucking handcuffs and put it on there if I need to. Like, worst case scenario.
Fuzzy orange handcuffs. I'd love to see where you're going to find these.
Some store that's not in Polk County because Polk County doesn't allow those stores here. See, that's what I'm saying, man.
Burn.
I've been thinking about it because at the show there was a guy that had like 3 fucking My Pet Monsters at his booth. Actually, the guy who I bought the alien hover tread from, he had 3 fucking My Pet Monsters, and then one of the dog pet monsters. I don't remember the dog's name, but it was like just a dog version. He had 3 of them, but they sold before the show opened to vendors. Came by and bought them, and he had 2 of them still there that just the vendors were going to come by and pick them up later. But I'm thinking I'm going to go that route and possibly get me a My Pet Monster, an original.
It's 2 very weird lines to compare with.
Well, because also my thought is My Pet Monster is a one and done, right? I can get one, I'm good. I don't need to buy anymore. Whereas Dino Riders is a crap load. Same thing with like fucking Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Like, I wanted to get on that, but that shit's expensive as shit too for small ass tomatoes. I'm like, I'll keep my eyes open for them. If I can find them for a good price, I'll probably get them. But like,
if it was a slightly larger tomato, I would consider it. But those small tomatoes, sense. I'm just not doing it, man.
If that damn tomato was as big as a pumpkin, it'd be worth my money.
Wow,
that's actually funny.
But did you get to walk around much? Because there was a lot of good shit at that show this weekend.
There was a lot of awesome toys at the show. I will give it up to the vendors. I have never seen so many good pieces in one place. And I didn't get to look around. I mean, like, really look, you know what I mean? I didn't get to dig and spend time because it could have easily taken, all of my money. But
there was that graded flag.
That's also riches. Yeah, that thing was $20,000. That's the one I was trying to win on the Heritage Auction website, and I stopped at $4,500, and he won it at like 58. So I wasn't that far off from winning it, but like them, I knew what the resale value was on that thing. I knew what it was worth doing to get it or not. Even if they didn't grade it, they could have turned around and flipped it and sold it for $10,000. Yeah. Again, just because you're talking about sealed parts flag, but they're going to be sitting on that for a while until the right buyer comes along. But that was an investment for sure.
That, to me, I mean, that's not a customer who comes to the shows we were just at. That's a
Correct.
Joe Fest customer, Toylanta customer, one of those big shows. You know what I mean? But
Well, and
it was cool to see.
that's a predestined sale. So that's somebody who you've spoken to, and they're coming specifically to one of those bigger shows to take
Pick
the
it up.
time to inspect it and talk to you and spend some time before they go, yeah, let's go ahead and wire the $20,000. By the way, here's an extra 500 for you to have it shipped to my home, because that's every bit of what it would cost to have that thing shipped, at least.
Yeah,
Probably more.
Right.
yeah,
The acrylic itself is over 100 pounds.
yeah. You're not getting a guy walking in with his family, walking over like, you know what, 20,000? Sure. Let me just
Right.
break that out for you real quick.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody at those shows spend more than a couple $1,000s on one particular item. And that's something that was predestined. Like, that person didn't just show up and decide to spend $2,000.
But there was a lot of cool shit. Like I was even looking at that in-box real Ghostbusters proton pack.
I really wish you would have bought that just for the box. But you would have been buying it just for the box.
Right. I would just for the box because
You talk about the original one from the 80s, the kids one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So he had it there in box. He wanted $100 for it, and I was ready to dish out the money for it. But it's Dan, right? He's been on the cast before, friend of the cast, friend of ours.
Oh no, you're talking Derek. Derek, you mean? It was Derek.
Derek?
I took the pictures.
I'll go with you.
It's Derek, and Derek's never been on the cast. Keep going.
Bullshit. Derek has been on the cast.
Go ahead, please.
He has absolutely been on the cast. I know for a fact.
Continue.
He's been on the cast. But yes, he it was his setup. He had $100, so I was down. But then he's like, "Oh, it's been played with," which cool. I can't imagine it not being played with. I was expecting it to have wear and tear, but when you actually took it out of the box, it was very played with, like very much so. All the the labels and stuff were all fucked up and dirty and coming off and shit. And then it has like a foam noodle for the proton stream that had chunks out of it, like somebody had taken bites out of the damn thing. And I was like, you know what? I'll think about this now because it's just more damage than I would want for $100. Like you said, Tony, then I'm basically just paying for the box.
Yeah.
But I see options with the box online for cheaper. So it's like, I'd rather support somebody, the local. I'm down with that, but I just with the damage that was to it, I just couldn't get myself to jump on it.
I feel like 60 would have been very reasonable.
Potentially, yeah.
Again, you're buying the box. I mean, I was prepared when I saw all the real Ghostbuster stuff that he had sitting there, which I've never seen him have before. So I don't know if he just brought it out for this show, because he knew the Ghostbusters guys were going to be there, Diaz and all them. I was willing to. It was going to be a little over $400, but I know I probably could have got it less expensive. But he had that glass case with all of those Ghostbusters figures all complete with their ghosts and everything like that. And that just seemed like a really good purchase. Like, I'm not going to keep it, but that seemed like a real good purchase to turn around and like maybe just solidify where the figures are, make it look a little bit nicer, and then flip it and sell it somewhere else. But it would have been cool to keep for just a little while, just to look at them and whatever. But yeah, there was probably, I think there was 18 figures when I counted. 18 real Ghostbuster figures in there.
Yeah, it was right around there. I was looking at them too.
Yeah, it was a nice set though, man, in the case and everything. And Derek's the type of guy that would have done that. He would have definitely made you a deal and sold you the figures with the case.
And he also had the costume, the Egon.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't at least buy that.
No, it wasn't there when I went there.
Oh, he had a Ben Cooper costume.
One of Diaz's friends of the real Ghostbusters, or on the Ghostbusters team, right across from the table, they bought it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, when I looked at it, I almost bought it for you because I'm like, I should just buy this fucking thing because I mean, of all things, I mean, it wasn't that much money. I think it was like $30 or $40, and I'm like, I should have just bought that and then even if you didn't like it, I'm sure I could have sold it. But yeah, that was the price point. Just made sense, man. It's just one of those pieces. I love seeing shit like that. When you start seeing like the tchotchkes, or the some of the nostalgia pieces, whether it be like the Ben Cooper costumes or fucking party hats, whatever it is from the 80s.
I don't. There's collectors who do that, right? Like they've collected so much that there's nothing else to collect but the random shit.
Yeah.
Right. That's where you get like Pixel Dan buying a fucking Skeletor toothbrush holder and thinking it's the greatest thing in the world. Like that's where he's at in his collection because he's got everything else. Like it's those random. I don't think I ever want to get to that point because I think that's when it just becomes too goddamn much stuff.
Like when your friends gift you paper sandwich bags
I got them right over here.
of High Sea Ghostbusters.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I'm gonna do something with it. Like, do I frame that? I don't know. I don't know how to handle that.
You come home one day and Melissa has made you lunch in one of those bags, and you just lose your fucking mind.
And that's where you serve papers. That's
you fucked up those papers? We'll sign these papers. All right.
It was a good show, though. Psycho, you should have gone.
What do you got, man? Come on. Get in there. Come on, Psycho.
Nah, I got nothing. Chris was saying I should have gone to the show, but driving 3 hours to Tampa and then turning around and driving 3 hours back. We also had company this weekend, so I wasn't going to leave the company for hours. Yeah. If people do Ocala's show, then I will be there. I would have gone last time, but everybody decided they weren't going, so
I didn't do well enough to go last time, unfortunately.
It wasn't a good show, reportedly.
Well, no. I just meant like Chris was like, oh yeah, no, I'm going. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go. I scheduled out the weekend and everything else, and then didn't. Chris is like, yeah, I'm not going. I'm like, all right.
It's a hell of a drive. It's a 2-hour drive for a show that, and if I had driven 2 hours for this show to walk in for it to be shit, I would have been pissed.
So Gus is like, isn't Tony the same? Tony gets a new Turtles cup or toothbrush. He's happy as a clam. Yeah, it's true. What is that phrase? Happy as a clam. Since we're there, sorry, just want to pull that one up. I don't know what that means, dude. I've always heard that term.
It means you're happy.
Yeah, but you're happy as a clam. Like, how happy is a clam?
Happy, I guess.
Did they smile a lot?
I think Psycho's Googling it right now.
He is.
I am.
What does it mean to be happy as a clam? It's just got a picture of me giving a thumbs up.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
No, I asked what is the etymology of happy as a clam? And it says happy as a clam is a shortened version of the 19th century phrase happy as a clam at high water. It originated in the northeastern United States because high tide, when clams are safely submerged and hidden from predators and clam diggers, is considered their safest, most content state. So there you go.
I heard it. Woo! It's a hard woo. All right.
That was a hard R.
Dear God on a cracker. All right. So we got anything else, or we're ready to call this?
I got nothing.
I got nothing. I don't even know what the collector's hideout is this week. I don't have anything lined up, so whatever it is, it is. I know next week we're doing predictions.
Yep.
For Comic-Con, what we're gonna see, news and everything. Then Thursday next week for collectors, it'll be the official first day of Comic-Con, so a lot of news will have dropped. And we'll probably cover a lot of that shit that's been coming out and the coverage and what's going on. And then it'll be even more of that to cover, obviously, the Tuesday following for toys.
So Thursday, collectors on Thursday, for you guys to dabble on, decide if something you want to touch on. I know you don't do a lot of horror, and I'm not saying your whole show should be horror, but they did announce the Camp Crystal Lake TV series.
I haven't watched that trailer yet. I need to.
So the trailer looks good, but they announced that, And there was something else I was going to mention. I forget what the heck it was. I should have wrote it down, but that's
They're
definitely on the
redoing-
list there.
They're doing a new Friday the third. No, a new Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's what it was. Yes. Yes.
We'll see. Without Robert
So-
Englund. So
Cool. All right. Well, I've got nothing for next Tuesday yet. We got the prediction show. That's it.
predictions.
Don't have anything beyond that. So hopefully that takes up our time. But does anybody have anything else? And if you don't, we will go ahead and call it.
Where's the thing?
Nobody?
I'm just getting ready for you. Sorry.
Gotcha. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming out. Hopefully everybody had a great time. We enjoy what we do for sure. It's a good time to just get out and talk about toys and get away from everything else for a short minute. Again, like Weezy always says, we are on every platform under the sun when it comes to the audio version of the podcast. Obviously, I keep squawking about Spotify because that's the only one I seem to follow, which is kind of weird. But I enjoy listening to it. It is entertaining. If you don't go check it out on Spotify, I promise you, for some reason, it is better to listen to than it is to see us live. I don't know why, but if you've never seen us live, come see us live. It's also good. With
It's
that
not
being
as good as
said,
Spotify.
you what?
Just not as good as Spotify.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and kill it and end it with, of course,
No kicks.